Yes, I was surprised, and I was somewhat glad to receive it earlier, so that will allow me to prepare for the campaign with more time and more certainty. So I want to thank the PEC for this favorable decision and announcing it earlier. I also want to thank the people in the elections department who have been quite helpful in the whole process that I went through. There's now more certainty that I'm the only independent candidate independent of the government. So it will be easier for me to prepare for my campaign, to focus on the message that I want to give to the people of Singapore, more so for the younger people, but also very important for the older people and the retirees.
Mr. Tan, could you share, because previously you said, you have been in talks with Mr. Goh, right, and you say you are disappointed that he didn't get it. So was it within did you expect this result, that, you are running and he is not?
All along, based upon what I hear from other analysts and lawyers who look at the Constitution, they said that Mr. Goh will not be eligible. But of course, this is something we can never know for sure, because the PEC might decide otherwise. So although this is something I expected, it is still, I'm sure, a disappointment for Mr. Goh, and I think I also feel somewhat sad for him.
So we can now be very sure that you will be submitting your formal nomination day?
Definitely. I'll be submitting because it is my duty to offer to the people of Singapore the choice of an independent candidate.
So other than walking, because you have been walking the markets and stuff every day, right? So other than walkabouts, how do you wish to campaign?
Now I have, there will be posters placed all over Singapore, banners. I'm also developing campaign flyers to hand out to ordinary people. And the campaign flyers will be handed out by my volunteers. So I hope that my message will reach out to the voters. This is the traditional way. I'm also very active in developing social media communication, which will reach out to the younger generation and even the older generation. So the social media communication is an important part of it.
Any rally plans? Rally?
I hope to have one rally, although the election department says this is not encouraged, but it's not discouraged either.
So, but then why do you wish to hold one rally?
No, I think a rally would be good. A rally would be good to help pass the message. So I do plan to have a rally in one of the stadiums.
How do you think you'll perform? Do you think that, what's your chance of winning to you?
Now, if it is between two establishment candidates and one independent candidate, my chance is very good because from feedback gathered from the ground, the people want to have an independent president. And this is very much, I think, the majority. The majority want to have an independent president, and being the only candidate, I will stand a good chance.
So you are hopeful that you can keep your deposit?
No doubt about that. I'm hopeful. I'm somewhat confident. I don't want to be arrogant. I'm somewhat confident. I might win the election.
Okay.
And be your next president.
Okay. So you mentioned this morning that you hope to have a strong mandate of over 1.2 million.
1.5.
1.5 million voters. So do you still hold to that figure, or is there any change?
Okay. My goal is, of course, to have the largest number of votes. I hope it will be 1.5. But if it's less than 1.5, so long as it is more than the other candidates, I'll be very happy.
So do you think that there'll be split votes between the two establishment candidates now?
I think the splitting of the votes will go many ways. It could be the split of the votes between the two establishments. It could also be a split of the votes among the ethnic groups. Because Mr. Ng Kok Song is a Chinese, I'm a Chinese. So among the people who prefer a Chinese, there could be a split vote in that way also. So we don't really know how the votes were split. But I think it's not so important. I think it's important is that we should have a good idea of what we can do for the people of Singapore. And I'm very clear that the people of Singapore want to have a better life. They want to have a lower cost of living. They want to have affordable housing and secure jobs. And I have ideas to share with the government. These are ideas that I developed over 10, 15 years. I said, if I were the government, these are the things I will do to keep cost of living low, make housing affordable. So I have got definitely good ideas, and now I'm quite encouraged that I may have the chance to put this idea into effect, provided the people of Singapore give me a strong mandate.
Can I ask you, because presidential election is supposed to, president should be non-partisan, but because your team actually has Mr. Lim Tian and Prabhu, they are all from PV and the opposition party. So how do you?
My team also have people who are not in the political parties. I do want to cover as much as possible of the people of Singapore. Some of them are more opposition inclined, but some are middle ground. And I have many volunteers who are middle ground, so it's a matter of reaching out to them. I myself am middle ground. I've always been saying we must find solutions. We shouldn't be engaged in politics. We must find solutions. So I'm a middle ground, and the people that I meet in the market, in the train stations, they see me as someone who is quite balanced, who looks at both sides.
So you're not worried to be, framed as an opposition candidate, or yeah?
I don't agree with the framing, and whenever people frame me wrongly, unfairly, I will point out that is not the correct framing. So I keep on expressing what I think are the important things. So the framing is not important. The framing is just a way of distracting people from doing the real things that should be done.
So Mr. Tan, would you like to repeat again that you are actually very confident of winning this race?
Now this is a contest between three candidates. Two are more from the establishment, and I am the only independent candidate. I believe that a large number, a high proportion of Singaporeans wish to have a president that is independent of the ruling party. I believe that that proportion is more than half. So I'm quite confident that I will get the support of this group of people, and more so, they will look upon me as being quite a balanced person who can see both sides. They also see me as a person who can solve problems. I've demonstrated that over the years, and I hope that they will then give me the support so that I can do what is possible to make life better for the people of Singapore.